Hello and welcome. Let's check out some wild card 1992 Decision 92 trading cards. And these are all going to be about the 1992 election. And this was a popular set. It was a big year in politics. Desert Storm was, underway significantly in 91. And so this was a popular set, especially during the wax era where there were cards for everything. So let's check it out and see what is in this set. Some are definitely stuck together. They're a glossy set. Let's look first at the layout. Copyright 1992, AAA Sports, AAA Sports. And the set is the Wild Card Decision 92. So this is the first card we have, and it's going to be past presidents. So it lists all the presidents leading up to this 92 and all the ones that I believe were alive then in this photo with their wives. So it's a very cool card. We have the Democratic Party, and let me see if I can get the focus on these in good shape so we can see them. There we go. And this is just a card overall for the party. Here we have self-announcement. The process begins under the direction of the party national committee, who establishes the rules, and then candidates self-announce that I think they want to be in the primaries. And here we have Jerry Brown, former Democratic governor of California. Here we have Bill Clinton, Democrat from Arkansas. Let's try to get the focus on point. There we go. Wow, 45-year-old former Rhodes Scholar. And here we have, I guess we'll turn him this way again, Bob Kerrey, a Democrat from Nebraska, 48-year-old senator. So a lot of really young candidates, 45, 48. Here we have Paul Zongas, Democrat from Massachusetts. And he was 51 at the time. Douglas Wilder, a Democrat from Vermont. Let me see. I don't know if this is a complete set or not. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. All right. So we don't have a complete set, it seems. Looks like it was being put together. Douglas Wilder, Democrat from Virginia. And here we have primaries for the state conventions. Competing for the nomination. Let me pull a couple of these apart. All right, there we go. Kind of work our way through competing for the nomination. Talking about the multi-party system. And here's Brown on issues. Candidate Jerry Brown. Talking about what he believes. And here's card number 5. Wild card on AIDS. Now these are different because it seems to have a hologram over here for the 5. Let's see if I can get that. And then up here, the 92 is reflective as well. So I wonder if there was like a special subset. This is HIV, major issue certainly at the time. And this is Magic Johnson delivering a national wake-up call. So I'll check into if this was a special subset. And here we have Clinton talking about issues. And pro-choice, the abortion issue. And that was an important one in the 1992 campaign. And here we have Harkin. And again, I'll separate these to make it a little easier as we go. All right. And this is Iowa's Tom Harkin. The Year of the Woman. Jane Fonda speaking out about political issues. And here's the Democratic National Convention with the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City in the background. The Democratic presidential nominee, Bill Clinton, playing the saxophone. And vice presidential choice. So who would Bill Clinton choose to be his running mate? And Democratic VP selections. So we'd find out, who will come there. And now we have the Republican Party. And let me separate these a little ahead of time. All right. There we go. And we have the election of 1860. There's Abraham Lincoln. The nomination process. And the incumbent party chooses their candidates in a manner similarly to the party out of power. And here we have self-announcement. Candidate David Duke. He was Louisiana State Representative and 41 years old. So again, we're seeing a lot younger candidates in the 1992 election competing for the nomination. And here we have Bush on issues, talking about health care. Let me separate a few. There we go. And again, we seem to have a special card. It's got the number 5 in like a foil, wild cards in foil, the years in foil. So similar to that Magic Johnson card. I'll put this aside, check out what it may be. It does have a number, so maybe it's part of the set. It's just there's certain ones that have that extra visual to them. Buchanan. He entered the race, but then he would move out. The Republican VP selection. And another possible Republican VP selection. And John F. Kennedy. And the JFK prologue. Let me separate these cards. All right. An emergence of H. Ross Perot. Election 1912. And the billionaire Perot, his impact on the system. Here we have Perot saddling up on a horse when he was younger. And Ross Perot's VP selection. And people were thinking it may be Norman Schwarzkopf, being that he was so prominent a year earlier in the Desert Storm. And here's Perot on issues. And we have the Middle East. And peace talks there. And we have a harassment titled card. And we have the Democrat. Let me separate some more of these cards. They're so old and haven't been opened. They're all stuck together with the glossy surface. And we have the Republican card. We have George Bush, and here's Ross Perot. Dial D for democracy. We have a wild card, surprise card. I wonder what this could be. I wonder what that means. Let me separate them. Surprise card number 1. But if the card says it's a surprise, then what's the surprise? Let's turn it over and find out. The wild card number 1 has a unique value. It is part of the Wild Card Decision 92 Premier Election Set. However, the holder of this card may elect to trade it after August 1st, 1992, in exchange for a card of the Democratic vice presidential candidate. Whoa! To exchange this card, please mail it to Wild Card. Include a self-addressed stamped envelope to learn more about it. Whoa! This is pretty huge because it is after August 1st, 1992. I think the next thing is to check if this company is still in business, though that is definitely cool. I'm going to put this aside and look up a little more about it. But what do you know? This set may still have some action and life to it many years later. All right, wild card. Checklist number 1. So wild card makes trading cards. Wild card. Oh, it makes trading cards wild. Okay. They place a numbered stripe directly on selected trading cards. These unique ones are numbered subsets randomly inserted into packs. The higher the number on the stripe, the more unique the card. Collectors can trade up or down in almost any combination. Send us 2 5s. Hold on. We have 2 5s. And plus a 10 stripe, and we will trade you for a 20 stripe. In addition, we will trade your 5 singles for a 5 stripe. It's fun and exciting. Collect and trade for the set of your choice. Interesting. So it's kind of like you want the higher number, so you trade up your lower numbers to get it. In addition, we'll trade your 5 singles for a 5 stripe. But okay, all right, that's cool. We'll learn a little more about that, and I like how they explain it. Here's checklist number 2, the ultimate card collecting and the number 1 card in the country. Wow. Most unique marketing, top candidates, Events, personalities, hot foiled cards, hologram and specialty cards, high gloss coating, front and back, tamper-proof packs, and factory sealed cases. Wild card has put the trade back into trading cards. All right, strong marketing. Here's Perot on issues. We have that one. Here's another Perot on issues. Looks like duplicates. So these must have come out of packs. And then, yep, these are all ones that we've seen earlier. All right, fascinating. So these must have come out of packs, and these are the extra ones. And so that is the set. I'm pretty excited to learn about these subsets. I'll do a little research on them and see what they're about, and then I'll check into if the company's still around. What do you know? Maybe I'll send these in and get the special card here, upgrade these two to a 10, and we'll see what's around. And then if that happens, maybe I'll make another video and we'll kind of check that out. But anyway, this is a look into the 1992 Decision 92 collector cards, a unique topic, and just more cards from that era when there were cards for everything. So there you have it. Hope you had some fun, and I hope you learned something. Until next time.